Okay, so now we're going to look at 3. We're going to do our lateral area first. Did you guys shade in your base?
Yes.
All right. So did you shade this part in?
Yeah.
So that's your base. Okay, so then what is the distance between the two bases?
1.5.
0.5. Do the perimeter. What's the perimeter of your base? You have 2 11s, so 22 and 2 6s. 22 plus 12, 34. So 34 times the 1.5. What do you get? 51. Now let's find the area of the two bases. Okay, so 2 times. Right, what's the area of your base? 11 times 6.
66.
So 66, so 2 times 66. And then we add them together for our surface area. So our 51 plus our 132. 183?
Yes.
Now what kind of prism, on number 4, what kind of prism? Triangular. So shade in your bit, yeah. And yes, it'll be the triangle. Yes, everything's still the same. But the thing about, you guys, prisms, the bases will change. Okay, the laterals don't, but the bases change. So when you're finding the area, you have to use the formula that goes with that specific shape. So in this case, when we find the area of the triangle, we have to use what? 1/2 base times height. Okay? All right, so let's do lateral area. So the height, the distance between the two triangles. 16. Times the perimeter. Okay, on these, you guys, you remember that the bases are exactly the same. So that means their dimensions are exactly the same. So, what are the dimensions of the triangle? 15, the 9, and the 12. So these are yours to mark up, right? You could have done this. You could have brought the 15 up here, and you can see the perimeter, or you could have brought the 9 and 12 down here, whatever you want to do. Okay. That's going to end up being 576, yeah. Okay, now let's get the base area. So again, we're going to have to use the 1/2 base times height. So 1/2. What is, okay, now we're looking at the triangle. What's the base and the height? What's the base?
9, 15, 12. No, I don't know. What is 12?
You guys, you have to, height is always perpendicular, right? So that makes the base what? 9. So that makes the base 9. And the height 12. And we have 2 of these. I forgot to put that in. Okay. So, a couple of ways you can work this. If you can see that 2 1/2 cancel out, then you can do that. Or you can just multiply the inside together and then by 2. So if we did 1/2 the 9 times the 12, the 1/2 of 12 would be what? 6. And 6 times 9 is what? 54. Right? And then times your 2. 108. Okay. and then add them together. So you had
684.
the 576 plus the 108. What'd you say it was?
684.
What is segment area? Is that segment area?
No, surface. Surface area.
This is
Yeah, so this is still a what?
triangle.
Triangle prism, but what's the difference in the two?
Let's see.
They flip, yeah. The flip. So the visual is a tad bit different, but you can see the triangles. Oh, sorry. Shading in. So here's base. Okay. All right. The height, the distance between the bases.
3. 4.1.
It's what'd y'all say? 4.1?
3.
Yeah, it's 3.
Woo!
What's the, look where your bases are. It's the, okay, be careful. That is the 3. And then our perimeter. What's the dimensions of your triangle?
5, 12, 10.
So add that up, multiply by your height of 3. Yeah. Let's get the,
You multiply 5, 10, 12 times 2 since this is like.
all right, so again, this is a triangle, so we're going to have to do our 1/2, our base, and our height. So what is the, let's
12.
establish the height first. What's the height of the okay. So that would make the base
12.
12. Okay, see it? There's your 90. Is that going to be 300 something? What do you guys?
No. I don't know if it's right. I got 98.4.
Which one?
I got 49. Yeah, I didn't.
49. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 49.2. Okay, so our surface area. So the 81 plus the 49.2, and you should get a 130.2 kilometers squared. All right, so number 6. What's the base on 6? Trapezoid, right? So,
Wait, what's the shape?
it's a trapezoid.
Oh.
See it? So this is a trapezoidal prism. So let's do our lateral area. Okay, the distance between the two bases.
15.
Excellent. You guys are getting this, aren't you? Now, what are we going to add for the perimeter?
12, 23, 18, and 20.
Okay, so there's your 4 sides of your trapezoid.
70.
Oh, that's a big number. What is it?
1,095.
Yeah, big number. 1,095. Our base areas. Ah, what are we going to have to use for this one?
1/2 height times base level.
Yeah, this is your trapezoid. So 1/2 times the height. times the sum of your bases. This is what I'm talking about. These will change each time you do a rectangular prism. But like for cylinders, it's always going to be a circle, right? So this makes this a little more challenging. Yes, yeah. Let me see if I can get it in there.
They just cancel each other out.
Yes. Here, let's see if I can get it in there. 1/2. And then we've got times the 2. All right. So that would be 2 times. So let's replace in the height of the trapezoid.
12.
12. What are the two base? The 18 and the 23. Yes, your half and 2 could cancel out. You could cancel the half with the 12. You only do it once, though. So that all should give you, what did I get? Is it 492?
Yeah. And then you add them together.
Yes. And then do your surface area. So the 1,095
1587.
plus the 492. What'd you say?
1587.
1587 feet squared. All right, so 8 again is a triangular prism. So let's just take a quick look at the lateral area. So for our lateral area, we need the height. What is the height between the two? 21, right? Between the two bases. Now times the perimeter. What's the perimeter of your triangle?
15 plus 8.
15 plus 8.
Did we just put that through?
What's the length of your third side there?
Oh, you gotta do that.
You got to do your, right. You've got to do that.
Yeah, find the
Okay, so sometimes you're going to have to find your sides if you're messing with the triangles. So be aware of that. That may pop up. Okay? Yeah. All right, so now we're going to come down and do our cylinder. And you guys can finish that up. I'm going to go ahead and give you the answer. The answer to that's going to be 960 inches squared. So let's do the lateral area. So 2 pi, and our radius is 11. And what's the height of the cylinder? 26. So multiply that. Do you get a 1,796.99?
Yes.
All right. Now let's do the bases. That's going to be 2 times r pi r squared. Remember, pi r squared is just nothing more than your area, and we have 2. So we already established 11.
11 squared.
Mm-hmm. That should give you 7.227. I think it's 27. Okay. And then add them up. So the 1,796.99 plus the 760.27. 2,557. Yeah. is it 0.26 or 27?
Well, mine says 2.6.
26. All right, and there it is. So that one's much more straightforward. Not a lot of changing of your bases.
Wait, let me raise the 7.3.